And welcome back to Hannity Colmes. We're live from the Republican National Convention. We are in St. Paul, Minnesota, and we're glad you're with us. Joining us now, former Bush advisor, Fox News contributor, Rove, the architect. I'll tell you the most amazing thing that has happened. He descends from the heavens at the Greek temple. He's only up by one in one poll, two in another. What happened?
Well, look, he's also up by, in the Gallup, he's up by...
but descend, no, six and descending.
Six and descending, right, yeah. We're in a different environment. We've got a truncated general election. We've got the conventions jammed right up against each other. And then you have to take your hat off to the McCain campaign for brilliantly releasing their surprise announcement on Friday and doing it in a spectacular fashion to suck all the oxygen out of it.
I got to tell you something. I think this is the greatest pick they could have made. Everybody that I've talked to at this convention, I gave a speech to a few thousand people on Friday night. They're electrified by it. Yeah. Now, one thing I want to ask you, these attacks from the very beginning, well, she was only the mayor of a small town of 9,000. It sort of reminds us of that attack against bitter Americans. Right. Is this going to stick? Because I think it's going to backfire.
No, I think they quickly understood how bad it was, which is why they backed off of it. Look, I don't think they figured out how to deal with her because they recognize on one level that if they attack her for being inexperienced, she's been a governor for 2 years and has been the governor. He's been a senator, Obama has, for 4 years, but has spent half that time running for president. So, I mean, it's sort of like they'd like to, but they can't. So right now I think they're sort of up in the air. If they were smart, they would leave her alone.
Well, here's the point, I think, what's great for the Republicans. It's energized. Do you think Sarah Palin can get the Hillary Clinton voters? Who does she bring in? I saw that there was record fundraising since Friday when she was announced. I've seen this crowd here in St. Paul is electrified by the choice. Everybody I've talked to, you know, who can she draw in? Obviously conservatives.
Well, I think you're right. She's created a big degree of electricity. I think there are three ways to look at this. One is she's going to energize the people who are already in McCain's camp, but we're going to vote for him begrudgingly. You know, when you saw Dobson come out, and when you saw
strongly,
and I've been to three caucuses, one in the Northeast, one in the South, and they're enthusiastic. It's across the board. But who's she going to get? Well, I think there are three groups. First, I think she's going to get sort of suburban independents, and these are the people who are up for grabs. Hockey moms. She's going to get some of the soft Republicans who have drifted away in presidential elections, in part because, you know, there is a limit to how many of them are going to vote for a Southern Republican governor in places like southeastern Pennsylvania. And third, she's going to get some share of the Clinton vote, because that Clinton vote is looking there to say, you know what, I really don't feel comfortable voting for Obama. McCain sort of gets me. I sort of like him, but boy, this energized some segment of it.
Carl,
not all of it. Not all.
Thanks for your warm welcome here at the Republican Convention.
Thank you.
Listen, in terms of experience, you said about Tim Kaine, and you were asked about this. You referred to him as the mayor of or rather the governor of he'd been the mayor of a small city for 3 years, governor for 3 years, mayor of a small city, the 105th largest city in America, not a big town. He said it would be intensely a political choice. Where he said, you know what, I'm really not first and foremost concerned with, is this person capable of being president of the United States?
Well, look,
that does not apply to Sarah Palin.
Both of the candidates made essentially political choices. The Obama people came out and said, we picked somebody who would strengthen his weakness and allow us to be able to go after working class Catholic voters. And the Clinton, the right governing decision was in my opinion, Hillary Clinton.
So you're saying that
both campaigns have
John McCain didn't choose the person most capable of stepping into the presidency.
Both campaigns have made a political decision. Both of the campaigns, they had a choice. Each one of them could have made a governing decision or a political decision, and both of them made a political decision.
Would it have been better for John McCain to make a governing decision?
Well, look, he made the decision that he did, and it was a brilliant decision.
Well, we don't know that because the election's not over, but you were critical of Tim Kaine saying it would be a political decision.
No. I was critical of Obama making a political decision. He ended up making a political decision. He ended up picking a person where they literally went out and said, this guy's going to allow us to get working class Catholic voters, and this guy covers the weakness of Obama. Now look, remember how many Democrats, including, as I remember, Alan Colmes, who kept being critical of President Bush for ostensibly having his foreign policy run by Dick Cheney. Well, now we have a situation where Obama's being deliberate about it. Look, I don't know enough about foreign policy.
Obama has more foreign policy experience than George Bush had when Bush became president.
No. Well, George
been in the
Bush,
Senate?
George Bush was governor of
All right.
Texas, having to
We're
deal
gonna-
with Mexican border governors
He
for
didn't know
6
the
years.
general of. He didn't think General was the head of Pakistan. And we're going to come right back with Carl
Boy, he
Rove
can't get over it. 8
with
years
White
ago.
House
He
contributor
can't.
Carl Rove
cannot.
coming up right
It's
after this
sad.
break in just a
It's
moment.
sad.